girls. Thank you very much for being in Mexico. We are very, very happy to have you here to
Thank you very much for being in Mexico.
So this is in our country here. Very, very.
When they ask in Spanish,
So
it
thank
is
you.
here. Thank you. We're having so much fun.
Great. They haven't have tacos yet, but they will. Don't worry.
Yeah. I've had the guacamole. I've had guacamole.
Great. You have it.
Chip
Great.
salsa. Margarita. I'm already here.
Great. Excellent. You're already feeling it. Very good. So I want to ask you before we begin.
This is fun.
Before you were involved in X-Men saga, were you fans of the comics or the animated series? Any one of you?
I had, when I was much younger, my brothers owned the Dark Phoenix comics. And so I read them when I was like very, very young, and I loved Jean, and I was always very aware of kind of this Dark Phoenix amazing storyline. But I didn't really read them as kind of an adult until, you know, I got X-Men, and then I had to look back over the comics and I looked back over the movies, and the movies were, you know, everyone kind of knew about the movies. So yeah, I was very aware of them and a fan of the X-Men comics for a while. Yeah.
Great. You?
I wasn't familiar with the comics, but I was familiar with the X-Men movies, and I was familiar with Hugh Jackman playing Wolverine. And I think that was one of my very first questions. Very, very big crush on Wolverine. So yes, that was my first experience with X-Men.
Great. Thank you so much. So we're going to begin with the first question. Señores, vamos a empezar con la primera pregunta, que es sin escape. Tania Medina. Tania?
Here.
Okay.
Hi, welcome to Mexico. I hope you try tacos or more tacos soon. And well, I want to ask you first, X-Men is this saga that touches a very interesting topic, that is people that's different and how society values these people, no? And values characteristics that are different. But this is about the saga. When we talk about Dark Phoenix, what is this very relevant and unique message that you want to deliver to these new generations?
Well, I think there are a lot of messages, especially in this movie, but I would say that the biggest message of this movie, well, maybe not even the biggest one, there are many, as I said, but one of them is definitely, you know, as applies to all of the X-Men movies, which is what makes you unique and different is what makes you special, and there's power in that when you embrace your differences. For me, I feel very passionately about mental health, and so one of the things about this movie was we very much studied mental illness, like schizophrenia, dissociative identity disorder, addiction, and how that affects yourself and the people around you. And that's something that, you know, I think you can never really have too many discussions about mental health. I think it's so important that we should always talk about it and make it in the forefront of everyone's mind. And so this movie very much has kind of, it talks about it quite a lot, and I think it's really important to talk about it. And so yeah, there's quite a few, there's many messages, and also the fact that young girls and young boys will be able to see, you know, a female superhero who's not only the protagonist but also the antagonist, and just how kind of, you know, well-rounded she is as a character. She has flaws, but like every woman, and I just think it was such a brilliant, honest kind of writing of a woman going through mental illness or something that appears to be like that, and so that was really important to me. That was a really long answer, sorry.
Thank you.
Okay, siguiente pregunta. Relevant, Mimi Silva. Mimi.
Here. Thank you. Hi, girls. So my question is, as we have been talking, X-Men it's about being unique and special. So can you tell us, please, Jessica, what makes Sophie Turner special and unique? And Sophie, what makes Jessica special and unique? And a last one, Sophie, who of the X-Men do you think that would deserve to sit on the Iron Throne? Thank you very much.
This is my favorite question because I get to tell everyone why I think Sophie is so special and unique. When we've met on this movie, and a lot of the time when someone's first starting out in their career, there's a preciousness to their acting, and almost like you're on set with them and you're afraid to talk to them because they're so concentrated and like they want you to call them by the name of their character, and like everything is so much to an extreme. And when I met Soph, first of all, I was blown away by her preparation. All the research she had done before she arrived on set. I was blown away by her work ethic. Also, I was blown away by how she treated everyone on set. Didn't matter who they were. And that's something I really notice is kindness. And she's an exceptionally kind person. In addition to all of those things and being a great actress. And also she's able to have fun. So there's a freedom that she has that I didn't have when I was her age. I felt so kind of self-conscious and shy, and she's just who she is. And I think she's a great role model for other girls to see as they're coming into their own. I love you.
Okay, what makes Jess unique and special? Many things. I think one of the things that when I was supposed to meet Jess, I was so terrified because, everyone says, you shouldn't really meet your idols because more often than not, you're let down. But with Jess, it was totally the opposite. I mean, I met her and I just went into it thinking oh my God, she's got, all these awards and she's such an acclaimed actress and she's so talented that I felt like I don't know, that maybe she would be a bit of a diva, but she was so welcoming, and I felt like you took me under your wing, and she really kind of mothered me through it, and that was something, it's my first lead in a movie, and it's a big one, and I'm working with such amazing, incredible actors like Jess, and for her to kind of take me under her wing and, be there for me was just, I really needed that throughout the movie, and Jess gave me that. And also she has so much wisdom to impart, and she teaches me a lot about myself, and she encourages me to be more myself, and I just look up to her. She's the best role model.
The other question was
the Iron Throne.
Iron Throne.
Very important.
Very important. Who would be best on the Iron Throne? I don't know, man. Well, in Dark Phoenix, I think she's a little unstable. I don't know about that. I don't know, maybe, Scott, Cyclops. I think he is very level-headed, very passionate about family. He doesn't care about acclaim. He doesn't care about fame from being an X-person. He's wonderful. I think he'd be a great leader, very fair, very diplomatic.
I think too. Okay, next question, CineNT, Irving Torres.
Here. Hi, to Sophie, Queen, my queen. You're in the most important arc in the X-Men world. You play the most important female character in the X-Men. Are you prepared for all the toxic fandom that this movie will have?
The toxic fandom?
The toxic fandom?
Yeah, I think I'm as prepared as I can be, I think. I think with projects like this, and I think Game of Thrones was a good preparation for this because it had such a cult following, and so there's always there's a toxic fandom that comes with everything, I think, but I'm prepared. I mean, what I tend to do is just try not to look at comments or Google myself because I know that I'll find something horrible, and so I just don't do it. So I think the best way to cope with that is to just exclude yourself from that. So that's what I do. But I love the fans, and I love hearing from them and their input on the movies. I mean, we've been hearing, and I say we, but I haven't been in X-Men for that long, but Simon and all of them, they've been hearing from you guys for years and years and years, and they always listen, and they always kind of take what you say and put it into the next movie of theirs, and so the fans are also people that very much shape this franchise as well. So I mean, I count myself very lucky to have such great fans supporting this movie. And there's only a very small 1% that aren't very nice, but if you just ignore them, then you've got all these great fans, and they're wonderful.
Thank you. CineFX, Oscar Velázquez.
Hola, mi pregunta es, con la experiencia que les dejó grabar X-Men, ¿les gustaría participar en un futuro en proyectos de superhéroes y qué personaje les gustaría interpretar? Sería mi pregunta. ¿Y qué experiencia les dejó como tal la película? Ya habías grabado una, pero ella es un personaje nuevo, entonces me gustaría saber su opinión de las dos. Gracias.
I thought I spoke Spanish for a second. I was like, What was the question?
The question is, what was your experience being in X-Men? Because she has been already, but you is the first time. And if you were in another superhero movie, which one would you guys like to? Which character would you guys like to interpret?
So what was great about joining this group is it's a group of people who've been making these movies for so long, so they're like a family, and I got to be a guest kind of in this group, and also it was fun because James McAvoy and I, we've been friends for a long time, we've worked together a lot, and when I got on set, he was a bit serious, which surprised me. He was really into the Professor X role. And so Sophie and I kind of got to tease him a little bit and play jokes on him. But it really felt fun. It felt very welcoming and very happy, and not tortured, which is a great set to be on when it doesn't feel that way. And then I can't speak to which comic book or superhero character I would like to play, because the second I do, there will be articles following me around for 10 years saying Jessica's asking to play this role. But instead I can tell you that Sophie gave me the best superhero name, and I think we need to make a movie based on it called Lady Red Danger. So I think that would be a good, yeah. That's the movie.
We'll talk to Simon.
Siguiente tomatazos, Gabriel Escogido. Gabriel.
Hi girls, we're here. Thank you so much for coming to Mexico again. My question was about working on set, because I know there are a lot of special effects in this movie. So how do you sort of put your mind on set about the amazing things that are happening, and if there are enough things that are practical sort of for you to imagine? And is that really, really challenging? Because I know that, again, Jessica, this is your first time working on this kind of big production. Thank you.
Do you have experience, in your last movie, was there a lot of green screen?
No, not as much for me. This was the first time anyone went on wires for this movie. So you've had more experience than I have in that sense, on the wires.
Yeah, I did a lot of wire work in the film The Martian, where all that zero gravity stuff of me floating through the tubes, that was all done on wires, and I love it because it's so much fun.
Yeah.
The thing that was a bit difficult for me was being in a room 4 times this size with the ceiling so high, and at the end of the movie, and it's all green, you're in a green bubble, and at the end of the movie, Sophie and I are together on wires, and we're just way up, and spinning around in a circle, and wearing these really uncomfortable special effects outfits that are not flattering, let me tell you. And that was a bit daunting to me, because you're trying to figure out, well, what's happening? And it's something I've learned on this movie is when you're making the film, you can ask as many questions as you want, you can prepare as much as you want, but you really don't know what it's going to be until you see the film. And that was my experience on this, especially the ending of the film. When I saw it, I was like, oh, that's what they decided to do. And that's a new way of working, but I like working in all ways, so I was happy to do it. Thank you.
Siguiente pregunta, ventaneando, Ricardo Mojarres. Ricardo.
Hi, you guys, welcome to Mexico. Well, you both are such beautiful women and huge actresses, but this movie is about the dark side of everything. So I'd like to know what's the dark side of being a celebrity, because we all want to know everything about you, but sometimes you don't want us to know everything about you. So what's the dark side of it?
Well, I think, you know, being a celebrity and being an actor, they kind of cancel each other out. Like, you can't really... The problem with being an actor is, like, I think if you do gain attention, then it's far more difficult for people to see you kind of dissolve into your roles. And so I think, you know, the more celebrity there is to you, the kind of less diverse as an actor you can be, because people will only see you as your name rather than the character and who they are. And so that kind of inhibits people seeing you as you want them to see you. So that, I would say, is kind of a shitty side of being. I don't even think I can call myself a celebrity.
Yes, you can. Sophie Turner, Game of Thrones, and Dark Phoenix. You're a celebrity. You're a celebrity. For me, I would answer that question, the dark side of it being the privacy issue and understanding, in some sense, you're going to have to disappoint people, like a lot of journalists, because sometimes they ask you questions that, if it was just me and someone having lunch, I would feel very comfortable answering. But when it's a situation where, okay, I know millions of people or hundreds of thousands of people might read something, you have to also protect the audience as an actor. So the more that the audience learns about my life, the less that they will be able to have the movie experience, and have that be pure. And then also, you know, I'm a mom, and I'm really protective of my daughter, and that's something that makes me crazy if someone tries to take a picture of her. I go, it makes me nuts. So that's, for me, that's the darkest part of being a celebrity. But there's a lot of good parts of, like, yesterday we got to meet a lot of fans, and that was awesome. It was awesome. Yeah. It was great.
Thank you. Okay, siguiente pregunta, tiempo libre, Isaac Richard.
Over here. Given that X-Men is such a huge franchise that has existed in comic books and an animated television series and several movies, these characters have been around for a long time, and there's a lot of people who have seen different versions of them and have several expectations of what these characters are going to be. My question is, how do you find a balance between meeting the expectations of who these characters are in the minds of fans and what you want to bring to these roles?
Well, for me, I've always felt like if I do, basically it's my job to kind of represent the script and the producers and the directors' ideas for that. If it's based off of, you know, a real life person, then it's, you know, a different conversation, but, you know, the script is kind of, for me, it's my Bible. And so, of course, I take into consideration, you know, past performances, maybe the role like Famke, and I've had discussions with her, and, you know, going back over kind of the source material. But really, when it comes down to it, if I give a performance that is more true to past iterations of Jean rather than true to the script, and it's just going to look strange and off. And so the script I see as my Bible, but definitely fans have an influence over my performance in one way or another, for sure.
Siguiente pregunta, super estéreo. Gerardo López.
Mi pregunta es, si tuvieran algún poder en la vida real, como los hombres mutantes, ¿qué poder tendrían? ¿Y qué tanto aprendieron una de la otra durante la filmación de esta película?
The question is, if you had a power, like an X-Men power or a super, which would it be? And the second one, la segunda cuál era?
¿Qué tanto aprendieron una de la otra?
And how much did you learn from each other during this film?
Do we have to choose X-Men powers that they already have, or can we create our own X-Men powers?
New ones.
Okay, I've thought about this a lot. My power would be, there's two. First, it would be to, this is gonna be super cheesy, but in some way to create a power where people are interested in listening to other people and understanding where they come from and having a dialogue. And through, I truly believe that participating in that and listening to people, you create love, you create tolerance, you create compassion, all of that. I also am interested in stopping time. But that one's not as compassionate to say. So I like the both of them.
Mine would be, well, my first one would be similar to Jess's. I think she makes a really good point. I think, people having compassion for one another would stop a lot of disagreements. And then I would also like to eat as much spaghetti as possible and not gain weight ever, but eat it all day long, 24 hours, wouldn't stop.
That's a good one.
That's the dream.
Okay, siguiente pregunta, expansión, Enrique Navarro.
Hello.
Enrique.
Sophie, you have said Sansa Stark kind of spoiled you as a new actress because in this industry it's kind of difficult to find such as female characters as intelligent and strong and empowered as Sansa. So I wonder how those dark feelings fit in your goals as an actress.
Well, I think when I said that, I think I meant that I was more spoiled by the incredible writing and the arc of the character, and I think, it's also fun to play women who aren't strong, who aren't empowered, who are vulnerable, and so I'm always open to playing very different kinds of women, but I was very much spoiled by the first project that I worked on, having such excellent writers and directors and kind of everything. So, going into X-Men, I was just really excited because I got to play another great character with a really rich, long story arc that you see in this movie especially, and a really kind of three-dimensional character that isn't, like the assistant, the receptionist, the girlfriend, It was really fun to be able to play a kind of character that is so well-rounded and so thought out. And I think that's where I was spoiled, by having a really kind of brilliant character with a rich storyline that was really well thought out.